Okay.
I'm looking over here, I guess.
Yeah, don't look at me. I mean, like, look at like a little angle, like a half angle. Eventually you'll forget it's there.
That's kind of what I'm hoping.
Definitely.
I'm hoping this is more like a conversation.
No, definitely. Welcome. Thank you for coming back and watching. I have another amazing expat with me. This is Josh. Introduce yourself.
Hi. Josh, Canada, Vancouver.
Where are you from? Where are you?
Vancouver, Canada.
You don't say that so excitedly.
Well, you know, it's all right.
Where's your pride?
I refuse to have pride.
Where's your... What? Why?
I don't like patriotism. I don't see the real point in it.
I have way more pride in Canada, I think.
No, I think it's an East Coast thing, though.
East Coast.
I think
East Coast,
it is
West
an
Coast.
East Coast
That's why it
thing.
rhymes.
I don't think the West Coast is so into it.
West Coast, worst coast. Like, that's why it rhymes.
West Coast.
That's not
West
true.
Coast, West Coast.
Josh has made the recommendation that we drink soju today. And full disclaimer, this soju in China, I've been told, is not as good as the soju in Korea. And not only told that, but confirmed it myself. Josh and I have both individually been to Korea, South Korea.
Yeah.
And do you taste a difference in their sojus?
Not really. I don't know. Like in Korea, you're mostly having it with beer. So
that's true.
Like,
what do they call that? Soma?
sounds right.
I think that's about it. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have red.
Yeah.
It says red.
Well, it's got a picture.
Blue, blueberry, classic, and fresh.
So I've not tried blue or pomegranate. I feel like that's where we should start because these
Cool.
have no flavoring. So
Excellent.
You choose.
No flavor. Yeah, it's true. There's no flavoring. We'll start with the red because it's in the middle.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That is nice.
No.
Soju is really, it's not strong. It's 13.5 alcohol.
Oh, yeah, so it is.
Yeah, 13.5.
Well, because the other ones, this is 20, and that over there is
This
18.
one is, 17.8,
Yeah.
20, and then this one is 13 again. So you compromise taste for alcohol.
That's why I think I wanted those first.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to me, Josh.
No
You as well, you were a teacher.
Yeah, I used to live here.
Used to live here.
Still
does.
Well, like, we used to physically live in this building.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But now you are a student. Tell me about how you started to teach in China.
Well, I studied Chinese history at university back home. And I had been planning to get a master's in Chinese history, but to do that, you need to be able to translate in that language. So I needed to learn Chinese, and I had tried learning French before by moving to Montreal, and it ended terribly because I would just use English.
Yeah, you can do that in Montreal.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, I need to find somewhere that I'm going to be forced into it. And I had a contact through, I think, my university that hooked me up with Jesse, and yeah, I just figured teaching was a way that I could be here without spending my own money, and I tried to like learn on the side or pay a tutor, and it just didn't work that well.
Yeah.
Like, I gained a little bit, right?
So you worked for our company, the one that John and I work at. You worked for our company last year, and then you moved into being a student. So how was working for Jesse last year?
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would because I've never really taught before.
Yeah.
And I have no teaching credentials.
So, so from coming with no teaching experience, how did that go? Like,
nerve-wracking.
Was it terrifying?
Well, did Jesse do this year where you had to give like a demo in front of the other Jesse teachers? Yeah. So that was my first time ever doing anything like this. And the game I had done, I don't really remember the rules, but essentially it was a chance-based game. And it just so happened that they got all the answers right immediately. So the game was over, and I didn't have anything else to fill my 5 or 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And I ended up just saying, okay, I'm done. Like 3 minutes into a 10-minute demo.
Oh my god.
So it didn't go well. They had people watching me while I was at my first couple weeks. But you learn really quickly, and the kids are pretty it's pretty low stakes.
Yeah.
I was teaching 10-year-olds.
10-year-olds, yeah. So like grade 5.
They have enough English. Like in a class of about 45, you probably had about 3 who had decent English, so you could just kind of tell them what you wanted, and then they could translate to the class.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're young enough that they want to still have fun. They're not too cool for school, but they're old enough that you're not like dealing with kids crying. So
you started teaching with no experience. How did you feel by the end of the year? By the end you finished teaching, were you comfortable in it? Like, how long did it take to make you feel like really comfortable?
probably a couple months to get like comfortable in that I could expect most classes to go pretty calmly.
Yeah.
Like I still don't really consider myself that good of a teacher.
That's
like
not
I still
true.
feel like I need to work on it a lot.
Yeah.
And throughout that whole year, I was working, especially like classroom management. It's like, it's like 45 kids.
It's a huge class. They're huge classes, yeah.
And certain things work with different classes, so I was experimenting all year with like different sticks and carrots to try to figure out what would work for each class to get them to like somewhat pay attention.
So what made you really go out of teaching? Like, why did you choose to stop?
Well, I just didn't have enough time. Like, my main goal still was to learn Chinese.
Yeah.
And I made some inroads in that year, but, you spend most of your day speaking English, essentially.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough of a basis to really use it in the classroom, and they didn't really want me to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I could do this, and I enjoyed it, but I'm not really building towards anything.
Yeah.
So I'll make a switch. I had contacts from that year, so I could still teach essentially on the side, which is easy enough in this country. So yeah, I just wanted to, I didn't want to be here forever.
Yeah, for sure. Blue. Let's move on to blue. Honestly, I really like this.
Yeah,
it's really good.
That's definitely drinkable.
It smells like blue.
It smells like those melted freezies or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I don't like this one as much.
You don't like it?
No, it tastes medicine.
Medicine-y. I don't get that at all.
Like cough syrup.
Yeah, I get that actually. Oh, now that you've said that, I can't think of.
Like it's drinkable, but it is cough syrup. Yeah.
You've been studying for how long?
It's like a hard, like actually in the university.
Yeah,
This is partway or almost on my second semester.
Okay, so you're in the university.
Yeah.
How is that going to university in China as a foreigner?
It's fun, but it's not like real university because you're like in your own building with just foreigners. I'm not getting a degree from this. There's not really any serious homework.
Okay, so it's like a relaxed program. It's not a bachelor's. It's not anything like that.
No, it's a non-degree program.
Okay.
So it's almost like just taking classes that happen to be at a university than really being at university.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. You go to Nanjing Normal University.
Which is a terrible name.
Nanjing Normal as opposed to Nanjing Abnormal.
I don't know why they decided normal was the proper English translation of that.
Nanjing Normal. Yeah,
it's terrible. My Chinese is better than a lot of foreigners here, but it's not good by any stretch. I can chat.
You're learning a language though, like bring out your confidence and your power in it. No, it's hard, but it sounds like a lot of fun, like learning in the classroom.
Yeah, what I like about it is it's kind of whatever you want to bring to it is what you're going to get out of it. We have some people who are there for the first month and then disappear.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's a core of us who are there every day and you study and you put some stuff into it. And I feel like I've made a lot of progress. Get someone who knows what they're doing, like preferably a Chinese person, who can just drill you on tones for like 2 weeks. Tones and the actual sounds, because you'll think you're doing it right, like you'll listen to videos and go, yeah, no, that's totally the sound I'm making, and then you get here and it's not. Yeah, you're totally off base.
I think that's so true. Like I've gone through HSK2 and I'm now on 3, and on 3 they try to get you off of pinyin and into characters. And a lot of the class, like I do Chinese classes with a Chinese girl, and she's great. But when you get to 3, you kind of try to transition off of pinyin, and eventually you are expected to do characters. But I still find myself writing in pinyin, and you kind of get this faith where you're like, no, I'm never going to learn the characters. So yeah, 10,000%.
Yeah, and the other thing is like when you first start, you have usually like one character to every sound that you know, because you just don't know that many characters. Yeah. And as you get more and more characters, you've got like 4 fourth tone shoots. And you start confusing them unless you actually know which character they are. Not just the pinyin, which is all the same.
For me, we just learned like 20 words with like the zhe, jiu, jie, jia sound, and I blend them all together. It's so difficult. Chinese is hard.
Yeah, but if you come here and you put in the work, even just 6 months, if you like went to school instead of like teaching and put some time in, and you start at 0, 6 months, you'd be at a point where you can like introduce chat. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to explain your political views, but you can, like, you know, I like this, I don't like this. But here, nothing kills me more than when you go to get, like, a pop from the fridge, and you pay for it, and they hand it to you, and it's in a fridge, and it comes out, and it's lukewarm, and you're like, oh, this fridge is not turned on. You just keep it in there for looks.
Oh yeah, I've talked to so many people about that, about how they just have the fridges at stores, but they're never plugged in.
No.
And it just kills me because I want something cold so bad. That's something
give this
I
one a
miss.
try. Cheers.
I have no idea what that is. But
Doesn't really smell like anything.
yeah, nothing. Oh, that's awful. That's not fresh at all.
To me, it tastes like weak gin. Like, and it's not awful.
Oh,
but
that's
it's not,
awful.
It needs mix. It definitely needs mix.
It was 17, 16.50,
Yeah.
16, oh wait, 13, 16, I think 16.
So that's about $3 Canadian.
$3.
3 and change,
Yeah.
maybe. Last year, I was here with John, but then with pretty much just Americans.
Yeah.
I just went with Americans, and I don't know if you've ever heard me
Sorry.
say it, but I don't use A anymore. Like, I do think
never.
I think it is a less common, like, phrase on the West Coast.
Oh,
But
yeah,
even
yeah.
when I went home, I heard it and realized that I don't really do it anymore. I've dropped it. from
I've
my-
like stopped saying it so much. Like
Yeah.
I used to say it way more, but people make fun of me every time I say it. They
Yeah.
like say it back, A.
Yeah.
I have to stop myself from saying it. But now I kind of bring it out to like show my camaraderie to
Well,
Canadians.
like, the thing though is that, like, it's, like, for me, it's forced. Like, I can do it. I know where to put
Oh,
it.
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's forced, and that kind of isn't the point of it.
Okay, so you don't say it like naturally.
Not anymore,
I
not really.
definitely do. I really relate it to the ba in Chinese. Like
Yeah.
ba is
Yeah,
like the
okay.
question suggestion.
Yeah.
It's a way to end the word, like the sentence with like a suggestion.
Yeah.
Like, all right, eh?
Yeah.
Now, but Josh has been able to travel way more than I have.
Yeah,
I'm incredibly jealous.
I got super lucky. I was allowed to live at home during university, rent-free. So I worked part-time, and then in the summers, I just took time off. I'd go for 2 or 3 months at a time and travel. Actually, my first time, Australia for first trip, Australia and Fiji.
Wow.
And then like a European tour the following summer for 2 months, where I hit
wow.
like 10 countries or something. Following summer was UK, Ireland. And then after that, I moved to Montreal for 6 months and did a kind of a trip down the eastern seaboard of the
Nice.
States.
That's awesome. So where
and
have
moved
you,
here.
now since you've been in China, like where have you seen around Asia?
Around my first trip here, I did kind of China's northeast, Harbin, China's southwest, so Sichuan and Yunnan. Most of Southeast Asia, the mainland, so Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Japan last summer, Korea this year.
Oh my god.
So I've hit a lot of them.
Like where have you not been yet?
We're thinking about doing Philippines next year.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'd like to go back to Korea because I really only saw Seoul, and it was more an Olympic thing than it was a Korea thing.
Yeah, I saw Busan and I haven't seen Seoul, so I want to see Seoul, and you should definitely go to Busan.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
So definitely make it down there. And you can go to Japan by a ferry.
Yeah. I'd like to
Really
go back to Japan. I got a friend out of Indonesia now that I'd like to go visit.
So you had an unfortunate experience in Myanmar?
I've had unfortunate experiences all over this country. You need to be more specific.
Tell me your
Myanmar?
your most unfortunate experience.
That would be Myanmar. We took a train ride up to, I can't remember what it's called, small town up north, on an old British train. And you could buy stuff through the window because it went super slow. So I got like a plastic bottle of tea, and she thinks that's what actually got me. But
You just bought a plastic bottle of tea through the window?
yeah. So I wasn't feeling well.
Don't do this at home.
I wasn't feeling well the night before. I'll get into details. I wasn't feeling well. And the next morning, I kind of like recovered a little bit, and also I wanted to go for a hike, so we decided to go for a hike. I'm feeling okay, and when I get to this waterfall we're going to go see, I just start feeling terrible. And we start hiking back, and I start like getting dizzy and feverish, and walk straight. I don't remember much after that.
Oh my god.
But I had to be... Allison found someone who drove me to what counted as the local hospital, but it was like open air.
Oh god.
And again, I don't remember most of this.
Really?
No. I was out of it for about a day, and then I had to recover for 2 or 3 days, and I spent the rest of the trip sick. Came back to China where I got checked out. They said, you're fine. I was fine for about a month, and then my health started declining again. Ended up having to take a month off work because I just didn't have the energy to leave my room.
Holy crap. So if you had to rate them, what was your 1, 2, 3, 4? One being the best, 4 being, we'll put them in order.
1 here on red. What do we have here? I'd say 2 on classic, 3 on blue, and 4 on fresh.
Okay, so we're at 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that would be
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because 1 is very tasty, it's not too strong. 2, I think classic sums it up.
Yeah, it's pretty
classic
good.
taste.
You can drink it.
And then 4 was really tasty, but it did have that medicine taste. After you mentioned it, I couldn't get it out of my head. This just tastes like Arvino.
Yeah.
So you can get alcohol really cheap, but pick your alcohols because they're not all good and they might make you sick. If it's free or unreasonably cheap, it is fake.
Yeah, of course. There's no way you're getting a Budweiser for free.
And if you see them crack it open, it's pretty safe, right? No, even if it's
God,
sealed?
no. They can make it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And seal it?
Yeah, they just make bottles and put the stickers on. It's properly bottled. It's just they just take a sticker. Done.
Oh, all right. Well, trust no one.
Yeah.
How long do you plan on staying here, Josh?
I don't know.
How long have you been here?
It's a hard question. It's actually harder. People ask me this, and it's not I could see myself being here a total of about 5, 6. I could see myself being in that.
Okay.
I could
see that too.
Because I've been here roughly 2. I won't be here forever. That is my definite. I refuse to be that expat. I do not want to be here forever.
What do you mean?
I do not want to be that creepy old white expat with the 20-year-old Chinese girlfriend.
Let's break apart the expats. There's the me's that come here, thoroughly enjoy it. Here. Then there's the ones that come and stay for a few years. There's kind of the honey. Have you ever heard the honeymoon period about breaking up when you're a couple? It's 6 months, 3 years, 10 years. Those are the breakup times. I feel those are the expat times. 1 year, 3 years, 6 years, and then 15.
You can't live. You can't become a Chinese citizen. You can't
become a citizen.
You're always going to be on the outside here, and I don't want to do that for my life.
Yeah.
I don't. This wouldn't be one place that I would want to live forever.
So, if you could do anything differently, would you? In your experience in China?
Good question. Probably would have wanted to start learning Chinese earlier.
Learn Chinese earlier?
Get started on that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, start right away.
Other than that, not really. I really enjoy my time.
Yeah,
I really do. And I'd recommend people to give it a try if they feel this is something that they want to get out of their country. It's super easy. You need to be able to put up with some stuff, just culture shock stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's tons of fun.
Yeah,
and you meet
definitely.
a lot of neat people here.
Well, despite that, thanks for sitting and talking to me.
Thanks for having me.
Drinking soju, and we're gonna go and have dinner and go bowling, and then drink the rest of this.
Okay.
So
excellent. Sounds good.
Let's real fast drink some more.
Okay.
Well,
sure.
How about let's torture ourselves?
I don't want the fresh.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Choose. Cheers, thanks for having me.
Ganbei. Or what are they saying Korean? It's like vodka, I swear.
No, it's not. I'll get you some vodka. We can do some side by sides. They're not. It's not.